Muss sie denn zu Städten aus, und du, mein Schatz, bleibst hier. Wenn ich komm, wenn ich wiederum komm, kenn ich ein, mein Schatz, bleib hier. Kann ich allein bei dir sein, kann ich doch mein Freude an dir, an dir. Wenn ich komm, wenn ich wiederum komm, kenn ich ein, mein Schatz, bei dir.
Well, here we go. Opal's Corner. There we go. Now I got my mic on. Hi, everybody. And I normally have to do about 50 takes before I can finally get an Opal's Corner right. So this is going to be extremely interesting doing it live. So let's get started, I guess.
Woo. The strange, the bizarre, the unexpected. These are the kinds of subjects a man named Robert L. Ripley challenged us to
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, you.
Wally, believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Believe it!
You're a loony.
There is an Australian... Oh, something happened here. I already messed up. Let's go back. There we go. There is an Australian band called The Beards. Every single one of their 38 songs is about beards. Believe it or not. In Australia, more people are killed by kangaroos than sharks. Believe it or not. In 1922, a herd of cattle in Devon, England, chased a wanted fugitive out of their field and into the hands of nearby police. Believe it or not. Some police motorcycles in 1920s had a jail sidecar. Believe it or not.
That's cool.
In 1958, Bruce Lee became the Crown Colony Cha-Cha dancing champion of Hong Kong. Believe it or not.
Aw.
In 2024, Vermont State University honored cat Max, the popular feline, with the title of Doctor of Literature. Believe it or not. The George Washington statue in Trafalgar Square in London stands on a base filled with soil from let's try that again, see? That's one of my takes. The George Washington statue in Trafalgar Square, London, stands on a base filled with soil from Virginia, honoring Washington's promise to avoid British soil. Believe it or not. Julia Butterfly Hill lived in a 1,000-year-old tree for 2 years to save the forest from loggers. Believe it or not. Early cuckoo clocks featured the sound of a rooster, but its multi-note call was difficult for the clock's mechanism to replicate, so the simple two-tone call of a cuckoo became popular. Believe it or not. And that was messed up there.
That's okay.
I went one too many. Albert Einstein. Let's see, in 1954, in a letter to a magazine, Albert Einstein admitted to wanting to be a plumber. Believe it or not. Elephants have such good hearing that they can hear clouds. Believe it or not. At least 12,000 bikes are pulled out of Amsterdam's canals annually. Believe it or not. Each year on November 29th, the Netherlands residents put pancakes on their head in honor of Dutch Pancake Day. Believe it or not. In 2024, the White House directed NASA to establish a new time standard for the moon by 2026, known as Coordinated Lunar Time, or LTC. Believe it or not. Michael Jackson wanted to play Jar Jar Binks in the Star Wars prequel trilogy. Believe it
I believe that.
or not.
I love Jar Jar.
The sound of Kylo Ren's force powers in Star Wars The Force Awakens was created by altering the sound effect of a cat purring. Believe it or not.
Looks just like him.
In 2024, researchers using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope identified the required chemical ingredients for a margarita surrounding two young protostars. Believe it or not. Before launching his Hollywood career, actor Sylvester Stallone cleaned lion cages at the Central Park Zoo in New York. Believe it or not. Dave McPherson was Disneyland's first visitor and given a lifetime ticket when he used it regularly from 1955 until he passed in 2018.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Parts of Jurassic World were filmed at the abandoned Six Flags theme park in New Orleans. Believe it or not. So that was the believe it or not, and I messed up a couple of times, but let's try our one-liners. Okay, here we go. I worry about ridiculous things. You know, how does a guy who drives a snowplow get to work in the morning? That can keep me awake for days. People say, "Oh, Pa, you're an optimist." And I say, "I hope so." Life is like a box of chocolates. It doesn't last long if you're fat. I doubt there's a heaven. I think people from hell have probably bought it for a timeshare. I said to the gym instructor, "Can you teach me to do the splits?" He said, "How flexible are you?" I said, "I can't make Tuesdays." I don't like country music, but I don't mean to denigrate those who do. And for the people who like country music, Demigrate means put down.
Not Democrat.
Chopsticks are one of the reasons the Chinese never invented custard.
Huh.
Beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Small, large, circle, square, thin crust, thick crust, stuffed crust, extra toppings.
Extra cheese?
I almost had a psychic girlfriend, but she left me before I met.
Aw.
When I turned 2, I was really anxious because I doubled my age in 1 year. I thought, if this keeps up, by the time I'm 6, I'll be 90. If you were going to shoot a mime, would you use a silencer?
Huh?
I installed a skylight in my apartment. The people who lived above are furious. I went to the doctor and said, "Have you got anything for wind?" He gave me a kite. If you can't lose... Sorry, let's try that again. You can't lose a homing pigeon. If your homing pigeon doesn't come back, then what you lose is a pigeon. Why do dogs race to the door when the doorbell rings? It's almost never for them.
Joke normally do. That's funny.
I bought some instant water, but I didn't know what to add. If Barbie is so popular, why do you have to buy her friends?
Oh, that's true.
If you tell a joke in a forest and nobody laughs, is it a joke? Do you think when they asked George Washington for an ID, he just whipped out $1?
Yeah.
I was arrested for lip-syncing karaoke. Let's try that again. I was arrested for lip-syncing karaoke. Okay.
I like karaoke.
Karaoke? Yeah, right.
It's like car karaoke.
Okay, so let's try the funnies now. All right. Give me a second here. And now I think, well, let's try it again. And now they'll go about their business not realizing they're being tracked.
That's true.
Well, that would certainly explain why he let 3 of us on board. I give thanks for the cat.
You better.
Fake injury drills. Come on, make me believe it. Book signing by the author of My Time on the Wall, Everything I Heard and Saw. You know, if we were just going to run anyways, don't you think it'd be a lot easier if we didn't carry this huge stone car all the time?
That's a good point.
Oh, sorry. Back up. Here we go. Don't you think an intertube is a rather odd last request? Here comes Elmer. I'm sure he'll stick around for a while. Although an unexplained phenomena there is a place on the outskirts of Mayfield, Nebraska, where the sun doesn't shine. Excuse me, but I was told to stick this thing here. How the first pyramid got started. Here's the paperweight you ordered, Pharaoh. Not big enough. Build it bigger until I tell you to stop.
Yeah.
Oh no! We're getting threatening tweets from the lions. And tigers. And bears. Oh my. I never play with them, of course. I'm strictly a collector.
That's true. We got a whole box of them.
There you go. And lose a goatee. You look ridiculous. Famed critic signs copies of his book today. Your judgment will be recorded for quality assurance. Oh, this one I gotta play. Hold on. What happened here? Oh, crap.
Just skip it.
Oh, well. I'll have to find that one later. Oh, wait a minute. What happened here? I'm told. Well, there we go. For sale. Pickaxe, shovel, crowbar, metal cutting saw, night vision goggles. Used once. Good condition. Hey, Dad. Want to play... Let's try that again. Hey, Dad. We want to play Arby before we go to bed. Can we have our toy medals back? I will not eat anything that once had a soul. Not a problem. He was a lawyer. Shipwrecked doctors. No one can write the word help legibly. Try that again. No one can write the word help legibly. We tried to do our best, sir, but you were mean and rude. How you'd like your dinner? We all spit in your food. Hey!
It's my worst fear.
No, I don't think a squeaky toy breaks your vow of silence.
It should.
A 40-day cruise? Just the two of us without the kids. Oh, Harold, this might be the best vacation ever. I hope it doesn't rain. What a lousy trip. It rained the whole time.
Can't win them all.
Whatever happened to all the good jungle gyms and monkey bars from when we were kids? Climb it. Change is real. Stop it! You're gonna make my homework come out of my nose. You'd have more friends if you didn't correct their mistakes all the time. Whiteout. He sure loves fresh litter.
Oh, that's like okay.
They're not really ready for they're not ready for pyramids. Let's come back in a million years. We'd love to join you for a bite to eat, but we're stuffed. Who said that? Taco emergency. Call 911. Two-pack of M&Ms for 50 cents. That's ludicrous. Ain't no biggie, though. I'm getting stronger with age. I can now lift $100 worth of groceries with one hand.
Yeah.
I don't know who needs to know this, but even if a bear wears socks and shoes, he still has bare feet. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock, and here's what we want you to think.
Yeah.
And that concludes another Opa's Corner. Oh, wrong one.
Proof of live.
There we go. There we go.
Musik denn